Hello, everyone. The rumors are true. Yes, indeed. Karrion Kross, as you see right here in SmackDown with his lovely wife, Scarlett. Yes, Karrion Kross returns to SmackDown with a mission statement, and he does so on his own terms by targeting Universal Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Karrion Kross attacked Drew McIntyre from behind. We didn't see this coming. We thought it was going to be Drew and Roman having their differences settling at Clash at the Castle, but things have changed as Karrion Kross makes his return back to WWE on the SmackDown brand. We'll get to it on the SmackDown Ring Report coming up, as well as Miss McMahon. Those terms that he used to use, them banned terms, Triple H has started to unreveal unreveal the words by unbanning them, which makes sense. Triple H banning all the words this madman used to have. We'll get to that. Plus, two women's champion Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan receiving no support from the crowd. I think what she had probably did the trick around the Rousey and stuff. And we'll talk about that. Plus, two, is there trouble brewing between Sami Zayn and the Bloodline? Sami Zayn wants to talk to Roman, but the Bloodline is saying, "Hold up, wait a minute." They want to put their 2 cents in it. As the SmackDown Ring Report starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the SmackDown Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Right now, as you see right here, the Bloodline kicks off the show with a celebrated victory at SummerSlam for all the Bloodline members. Roman defeated Brock Lesnar to retain the undisputed Universal Championship in the hellacious Last Man Standing match, as well as the Usos defeated the Street Profits to retain their tag team championship in a hellacious match as well. The Bloodline celebratory in victory, but the Bloodline keep all the gold, all the world gold and the world tag team gold in between them. But we kick things off on SmackDown with Ricochet. Ricochet getting the win after making fun of Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin getting beat by Pat McAfee. Ricochet won his match over Happy Corbin, leaving Happy Corbin out in a dandy. Happy Corbin now back to relegating, being a jobber again. So we saw that Happy Corbin on what's going on as well. Plus, two, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. They were had their moment to talk about their upcoming match at Clash at the Castle. Well, we know Drew won his match last week to earn this match in a hellacious Donnybrook over Sheamus, and Roman went through Brock Lesnar. So these two men will meet at Clash at the Castle. Also, too, we had got some news. Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura was in action as he took on Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion's protege, Ludwig Kaiser, and defeated him. We know that if Shinsuke won his match, he will get a future Intercontinental Championship shot, and he will get a future championship shot. It will be against Gunther next week on SmackDown. So Shinsuke Nakamura looking towards the held his hand in victory in order to get himself a future championship shot later on in the program for next week. Also, too, Kofi Kingston looking to get a measure of revenge as he took on the new and vicious Viking Raiders. Kofi Kingston trying to get his due diligence and trying to get revenge from his friend Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods had got his leg maimed by the hands of the Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders used their guard to smash Xavier's knee, and so we don't know what the condition of Xavier Woods at the moment. The Viking Raiders were in tag team action as well, but Kofi managed to get a win and got the heck out of the ring, and who can blame him? Speaking of tag teams, we know that the women's championship tournament will begin on Raw this Monday. We know that Sasha Banks and Naomi got stripped of the titles, but I think it'll be an interesting storyline to me that Sasha and Naomi will be coming back and will be trying to get their titles back, or probably WWE will reinstate them to get the championships back that they never lost. We'll talk about that. Look for that interesting dynamic. Um, this what Sean Ross Sapp had wrote right here that C2E2 has confirmed to me that Sasha Banks is still scheduled to the event despite deleting their tweet promoting it. So it could be a possibility, but Sasha Banks could be coming back sooner rather than later to and Naomi. They never lost the titles, and then with the controversy, they're coming back. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. I think to me they're gonna reinstate them. They're gonna come back, and whoever you thought was the champions ain't gonna be the champions. They're gonna be the number one contenders, challenge Sasha and Naomi for the titles, and they'll go from there. That's why I believe. Speaking of women action and stuff, well, we'll get to that. Liv Morgan came out there to the crowd and received the boos and attention after that controversial match at SummerSlam between her and Ronda Rousey. As Liv had to keep at all odds to keep her championship in her you know, her situation. Liv got received boos. Liv didn't like it one bit. She felt like she was unslighted, but it is what it is. I think with Liv, she kind of they trying to make her like she's a lucky person to win the championship. But I think Liv got to figure out for herself what she's going to do. But like I said, Liv Morgan, hopefully, this be a lesson for her to whoever it might be challenging her. Speaking of challenging her, Ronda Rousey's best friend, right here. Ronda Rousey's best friend, Shayna Baszler, earned herself an opportunity and went to the gauntlet to get herself going against Liv for the women's championship because Shayna Baszler do the impossible like her best friend Ronda did, not being screwed by Liv after what Liv had done to her friend Ronda at SummerSlam. Could Shayna Baszler right the wrongs and what Liv had done? We'll see on Clash at the Castle. And like I said, we talked about it right here. Shinsuke Nakamura will get an Intercontinental Championship match next week on SmackDown when he takes on Gunther for the title. Shinsuke and Gunther been it's been a lot of playing around. This time we'll see Shinsuke versus Gunther for the prestigious Intercontinental Championship next week on SmackDown. So look for that. I guess when they say Triple H is in control, Triple H is in control. Don't question about it. Triple H is doing the thing. But the thing that everyone was talking about was this coming up. The undisputed WWE Universal Championship Summit between Roman Reigns addressing Drew McIntyre. They was gonna have their face-to-face confrontation ever since WrestleMania Backlash. Well, Roman came out there smiling as glee. Roman got new shirts and stuff out on WWE.com with the knowledge your daddy. So I don't know where he's trying to go with, but Roman Reigns being in knowledge, all right. But speaking of that, before we get to Roman, the Usos was trying to keep Sami Zayn at bay. Sami Zayn wanted to speak to Roman, but the Usos denied that request, and Sami Zayn keeps on trying to want to talk to Roman, but Jay and Jimmy, especially Jay felt like no need, or you won't be hanging with us no more. So I think there's going to be some tension going on between them, and then Sami Zayn will finally realize, oh, I'm being used by the Usos, and they'll just come from there. And Sami Zayn will probably team with Kevin Owens and go from there to take on the Usos with the tag team titles. So we'll see that. Well, we get to the task at hand. Roman Reigns makes an appearance on SmackDown, gloating about his victory over Brock Lesnar, saying he respects Brock Lesnar, saying that he is the man around these areas, these parks, which he was. Well, Drew McIntyre showed up. Drew McIntyre did show up. and Drew was trying to address Roman until this right here came around. Who is this lady in the end of the stage making that? I knew who it was. I was like, wait a minute. We've been hearing rumors and reports all day long on what was going on. And it was none other, and I mean none other than Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross right here, the former NXT champion who was released by WWE, made his return back to WWE, attacking Drew McIntyre and tagging him from behind, leaving Drew out wasteless, and Karrion Kross leaving what he left off when he was in NXT. And Karrion Kross looked at Roman Reigns. This is right here, Karrion Kross's finest moment right here. He looked at Roman Reigns. He wants to be the next champion in line for the gold. Karrion Kross could be a future world champion. I've been saying that for a long time. Karrion Kross has the tools. And I don't see why Vince McMahon didn't see what he saw, what Triple H saw in Karrion Kross. Vince McMahon got to be crazy. Vince McMahon right here got to be crazy. He did not see what I saw and what Triple H saw in Karrion Kross. Triple H right here. Karrion Kross leaving a statement and leaving a mission statement that TikTok, all right. He is here. He is on the way. Even Scarlett made her return. This was should have been the package in the beginning. But Vince McMahon didn't see no worth in Karrion Kross, and Karrion Kross made his return, and he made his return worldwide. And he word to the wise, he's gunning for that championship. I don't know what's going on, but I'm intrigued what's going to happen. But like I said, Karrion Kross making a statement, and he made that statement tonight by doing that to Roman. Roman kind of looking like what's going on. He might be intrigued or what. But Karrion Kross making this statement tonight that he could be the one going for the title, and we'll see how this is gonna play out on SmackDown next week. It's like cliffhangers, and I like it. Cliffhangers do work. Karrion Kross, a former champion, and could be a champion. I mean, he had the height Vince wants and the looks, but I don't know why. Um, what's going on? But we had to wait and see. But this was a shocker. Karrion Kross returns to SmackDown, and he returns to SmackDown big on delivery, on promise. I tell you that right now. And what Drew McIntyre will have to say, we have to wait and see on that. Karrion Kross returning back, and we'll see how this all gonna play out eventually. All right, that's gonna end the SmackDown ring report right now. Let's move forward. Let's move forward to hot topics on wrestling hot topics. As you can see right here, Karrion Kross return. We talked about he was going to make a return eventually. Made his return tonight, and Karrion Kross leaving off where he left off. We'll see. Also, too, Road Dogg. Don't look for him to come back to WWE sooner rather than later. Road Dogg could be coming back to WWE, but he's gonna be working with Impact Wrestling on their pay-per-view. He was with Ric Flair in the Ric Flair last match, and he made a statement as well. And I say look for that. Look for Road Dogg. Road Dogg got a nice podcast. He gives out great insight and great wrestling knowledge, experience. What he done to the past and stuff. Road Dogg was talking about the Raw 1000 and what had happened behind the scenes, and Road Dogg kind of alluded to, hey, we was trying to do this, we was trying to do that. Triple H might bring him back. Look for Triple H to bring him back sooner rather than later. If Triple H bringing Karrion Kross back, you can tell he's gonna bring back Road Dogg. Look for Road Dogg. Oh, you didn't know. Hopefully he'll have his podcast, but hey, who don't know? But Triple H bringing everybody back. You can tell it's folks saying is Vince still running? I don't think so. I still think Triple H got some. Cause if Vince was running, why would he bring back? Vince wouldn't even think about bringing back Karrion Kross. Let's be for real. And speaking of Vince, these banned words right here, Vince McMahon, all these banned words. Triple H is taking the initiative to unban some of these words, which makes sense. Like, say what you want to say and be loose with it and make sense with it. And I give Triple H that. Triple H trying to say, do that. Do that. And, do stuff like that. So, hey. Also, too, AEW's Max Caster being posted by John Cena. You can tell John Cena watched AEW. John Cena ain't no fool. John Cena was trying to be cool and be trying to say with the WWE way, but he watches AEW. You can't tell me that John Cena don't watch AEW like he does. Be no fool, but look for that. John Cena does watch AEW. And he's someone endorses um Max Castle, and he endorses this channel, the Screaming channel. Look it up. He endorses Connect TV on Twitter, and we thank John Cena for his service, and we thank him. He's a great actor, a great role model, and responsibility for the WWE. Also, also, Blake Christian has signed a deal with AEW. Blake Christian going forward, signed a deal with AEW. So Blake Christian coming back to AEW. All right. All right. We're going to end that right there. As you see right here, a lot of stuff happening. Monday on Raw, Ciampa will go against Lashley for the U.S. title and to the women's tag team title championship tournament start. That's going to be good for us to know. And to Karrion Kross makes his return back to SmackDown. Karrion Kross leaving what he left off on SmackDown and doing the thing and doing the thing with Karrion Kross saying, "Hey, I'm back, I'm here, and I'm ready to take the championship." And he should, and to be honest with you, he should have when he left, lost the NXT championship. He should have came up there with Scarlett. I don't know why Vince didn't split them up, thinking that they weren't gonna work. I mean, it gonna work. You know, I can tell you that with the fans, when you listen to the crowd, and the fans tell you whether it works or not. And people were shocked, stunned, and Karrion Kross knows what he wants, and he wants that undisputed Universal Championship. And Karrion Kross could be the man to do so. I believe so. So we'll see how Karrion Kross does on SmackDown, and why did he attack Drew McIntyre on SmackDown? And what's his problem with Roman Reigns? Do he wants to be inserted into the championship picture? That's got to be the question. But we'll have to wait and see next week. So we're gonna end that on the Pro Wrestling Show for this week. We want to thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show this week. Thank you all for watching. We hope to see you next week for the Raw Ring Report. Everyone, y'all have a good weekend and happy wrestling, y'all. We'll see you later. I've been your host, Kenny J, saying so long and see you next week.